I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take
I'm back. Hello, beauties. I'm back. Okay. welcome, everybody. Thank you for showing up for a second. This is not going to be long because it's late. But I just wanted to clear up a few things that have been brought to my attention. First off, I want to start off by saying how much you guys mean to me as a community, as a whole. You know, whether you're new here, and if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate every single one of you guys, okay? And being a creator, it's not easy because I think no matter what you say, it's always going to be offensive to someone, especially when you're honest and open the way that I am, when you try to be honest and open. When you're very straightforward the way that I am, I don't care what people think of me. I never have, never will. And I think that some people don't like that. Some people don't like your opinions as a creator. And this is not just me as a creator, this is all creators. Some people don't like your opinions. Sometimes it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Sometimes people don't like you for their own reasoning. It could be, because of the way you talk, because you clear your throat too fucking much. Um, anything, you know what I'm saying? Some people it's jealousy, some people it's just, you don't vibe. Everybody's different, and as a creator you can't please everyone. You just can't. There are always going to be people that you're not going to be able to please, and that's okay. You have to understand that not everyone that you come across is going to like you. Not everyone that you come across is going to respect how honest you are, because some people don't believe in being too blunt or too honest. Some people believe that, you should, not everyone's views are the same as you. Some people like creators that cuss, some people don't. It's anything, and anytime that you give your opinion, there's always going to be at least some people in the chat that are like, I'm unsubscribing, I'm done with you. And you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt and look at it like they're replaceable. You know what I'm saying? Because you're never going to agree with everything that a creator does. You're never going to agree with everything a creator says, but you should always respect if a creator is trying to be honest. And that's what I respect. I don't agree with every creator that I watch. One of my favorite creators is Lovely Teaya. She is absolutely amazing. But I don't agree with everything that she says. I just don't. But when she does commentary, when she's talking about the things that I don't agree with, do I sit there and say I'm unsubscribing? Hell no. That's my girl. I love Lovely Teaya. She's real, she's open, she's honest, and I respect that about her. So I don't have to agree with everything that she says. Okay. And earlier, this science girl is someone that I'm getting to know and someone that I can call a friend. Hey, Magician's Manor, it's good to see you. It's good to see all of you guys here. Thank you for being here. The science girl, someone that I call a friend, someone that I'm getting to know. And she had been messaged today from someone that used to be very, very vocal in the chat. And when she was messaged, it was a very, very long message. And the majority of that message was about me. Now, I am the type of person, if I have something to say to somebody, I'm going to say it to you. I'm not like a cat lady, okay? AKA Molly Golightly. I'm not like her. I don't have other people do my dirty work. If I have something to say, I'm going to say it directly to you. And if you don't want me to say it directly to you, then that's on you. I believe in communication. I'm not the best at communication, but I will communicate with people that I feel are worth communicating with. So, because I don't necessarily have a problem with B Crunk, I think that she, for the most part, she seems very nice, but there were some things done that I did not feel comfortable with. And because those things were done, not only was I protecting myself, but I was also protecting my community. And this was I'm going to say this was probably like a few weeks ago. There was a lot of things that was happening with B Crunk. She was a Patreon of Cat Ladies, and she was also a mod, because obviously if you're a patron, that comes with you can be a mod and all that kind of stuff. And she became friends with Cat Lady, and they, I guess, were doing some things to her over there. I don't know the whole story with that. That's her story, and there's always two sides to every story. But I guess some things were being done to her, and they were treating her badly. Now, again, that's her story, okay? I am a critical thinker. So I always know that when someone's telling me their story, there's always another side, okay? But that's her story. She was being mistreated, and I felt bad. I know what it's like to be mistreated by that evil woman. I know what it's like, because she was doing it to me, actively doing it to me at that time. So I knew what it felt like to be talked about, slandered, people trying to bully you, coming into your chat, trolling your chat, saying horrible things. So I felt, bad, like, because, it's just her, and she's saying she's being attacked, by them, or by particular moderators and things like that. So one day she was in my chat, and she came up on my panel, and she had messaged me prior to coming up on my panel, because she wanted to out Cat Lady and show like a lot of text messages. She wanted to tell her side of the story publicly. And when she came onto my panel, I didn't agree with that. She came onto my panel. She was in the chat, obviously, prior to coming up on my panel, and just talking about how she felt and how she was mistreated. There were also people that felt bad for her, things like that. And we just wanted to support her. You know what I'm saying? So she came up on my panel. She was ready to show messages. I'm like, listen, you need to sleep on this, because I didn't want her to be attacked more. I wanted her to think about it. It was late. I wanted her to think about it and sleep on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do things so suddenly. Think about it for a minute. And then tomorrow, if you want to come back on my panel and expose her, go ahead, So because, she was on my panel, everybody was like, we're here for you. And we were very much there for her. And the following day, she was on Cat Lady's panel. And when she was on Cat Lady's panel, there may have been parts that I missed, but what I did hear is that she was talking to Cat Lady about, how she had been treated, expressing her thoughts, but there's nothing wrong with that. But she had said something that stood out to me. And what she said is that the only reason why she came on my panel was because she wanted Cat Lady's attention. And that rubs me the wrong way immediately, because I don't want to be used, nor do I want my community to be used. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. I didn't feel comfortable with that. And then after I would do certain videos after her being on Cat Lady's panel, she would leave comments saying, explaining her side of the story of why she went on there. It's not about why you went on her panel. I could really care less. It's about what you said on her panel that bothered me. And the only reason why it bothered me is because I felt like, okay, I don't want this to happen again. What if for some reason you went on Cat Lady's panel, and what if she would have said, okay, you're welcome back in my community. You can become a patron again, and you could be a moderator. In my opinion, I felt like she would have. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I have to look at it like this. I don't want to be used in any way, shape, or form, nor do I want my community being used. If my community is there for you, reaching out to you, I just didn't like the fact that you only came up on my panel to get the attention of someone else. That bothered me. So then when she would make comments in my comment section, people were trying to tell her, listen, you know, this is why Teaya feels this way, because why would you say that you only wanted to get someone else's attention? Things like that. And it's just it was turning into arguments and things like that instead of taking it more or less like constructive criticism. It was like kind of turning into arguments. So because I felt what was best is I blocked her. I said, I just, I wish her the best. I hope everything works out. I wouldn't, I never talked about her publicly or anything like that. I just said, she goes her way and I'll go mine. And then, of course, that was a few weeks ago, and bringing it up until now, there are people, well, I know a couple people that she's reached out saying things about me, and Science Girl is one of them. I don't understand why you are still talking about me, because at the end of the day, like I said on Science Girl's panel today, I don't like the way certain things were being done. I don't like how you're reaching out to other people to talk about me when you may be blocked on like Instagram, okay? Because that's where she contacted me at. You may be blocked on Instagram, but you can still email me. And she said on the Science Girls panel that she emailed me. No, she didn't. I don't have not one email from her. Okay. She's never tried to get a hold of me through email. There's other ways you can get a hold of me besides just Instagram, but obviously she's blocked. So maybe she looked at it like, she don't want to talk to me. But if I blocked you, then why are you still talking about me to other people? That was my main issue. Okay. And I understand that people give Cat Lady second chances. I get it. People can give her second chances. I understand that. But I set boundaries for myself. I set boundaries for myself because I don't want to. I've been in situations where whenever I don't set boundaries for myself, that's when I'm the one who ends up getting bit. Okay. And I have to protect myself from that. And I also want to protect my community as well. So her being on Science Girl on her panel and saying that I was having people contact her or having people come after her. I don't have to have anybody go after anyone else. If I have something to say to you, I'm going to say it directly to you. And if I blocked you and kept it moving, then I feel like you should have done the same. You know what I'm saying? Like yes, Cat Lady equals NGL. I'll tell you about that in a minute, you guys. But I just I want people to understand that the reason why my moderator went up on panel is because you have to understand it's easy for people standing on the outside in to look at things only from one side and say, you guys are bullying her, you're all coming at her. That's not what my moderator was doing. What she was doing is simply going by her experience with her. And her experience is, all of our experiences are, constantly getting messages from her. And to a point where she messaged not only Science Girl, but she messaged my moderators, things like that. And I just feel like that's crossing boundaries. Like, if I do something wrong to another creator and that creator says, you know what, I'm done with you. I don't like the way you move. I don't like your vibes, and they block me. Well, then I'm going to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you are reaching out to other people, you can reach out to me too. Don't sit there and act like the only way that you can contact me is through Instagram. Okay. But at the end of the day, it wasn't my moderator attacking her. My moderator was trying to say, you have messaged every single one of us constantly, message after message after message. Now, it's easy for you standing on the outside to judge, okay, and say, why would you're bullying her. Maybe she didn't mean to message you. Maybe she didn't message that person. We know who she's messaged, okay? And I don't have to show proof that she's messaged me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has. And I don't have a problem with her personally. If you're going on someone else's panel and you are saying that the only reason why you came on my panel is because you just wanted someone's attention. Well, and that, to me, I feel like, okay, you used me to get attention from someone who's slandering me and bashing me and talking badly about me. Did she email you? She said, no, she did not email me. There is no emails from her. I don't have not one email from her. And I would get an email from her, even if it wasn't, like, I looked and seen, is it under a different name? I looked at the name that she has under the chat on Science Girls chat. No, I have no emails from her. But yet you're messaging Science Girl, you're messaging another subscriber of mine, and it's like, that's not right to me. I don't like that. But still, at the same time, I don't have any problem with her. You don't hear me talking about her or saying anything bad about her or anything like that. But yet here I am getting a message from Science Girl like, oh my gosh, she just messaged me and said this and that. And I don't like that. That's wrong. Okay. Now I'm going to let my moderators tell their side of the story, because they have a right to tell their side of the story. And because there were some people, not everybody, but there were some people thinking and calling my moderators bullies because they see things differently, because they have an experience with her. And it's not fair to judge someone. That's like judging someone that has a good experience with Cat Lady, Megamouth, but however you want to look at her. That's like looking at them and saying, you're a horrible person because you had a good experience with Cat Lady. There's nothing we can do about that. We know she's evil, and eventually people will see that she's evil. But we can't get mad at someone because of their experiences with someone else. It has nothing to do with bullying. It has to do with, this is my experience with you, and this is what I think you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And I have not spoke about B Crunk. I have not. And the only time that I have spoken about her is when I was shown proof that my name is still coming out of her mouth. And there's no reason for my name to be coming out of her mouth because I haven't done anything to her. Okay. And the only thing that I did do was block her. And I blocked her because, you guys, when you're getting, when you feel like you've been used, and maybe she wants to tell her side of the story, but to me, I know what I heard. And what I heard was, I just went on Tia's panel because I wanted your attention. And I just don't think that that was nice. I thought that that was shady. I thought that that was like, damn, you came on my panel just to get the attention of that evil person after everything you said that she's done to you, blah, 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 blah. So, I just want, hey, Science Girl, hey, Twin Thing, Victoria, Joannie, Liza, good to see you guys, Nikki. But I just want you guys to hear my mod side of the story, because in no way was she trying to bully her. However, you guys don't know the messages that my moderators have gotten from her. And some people just don't, if you don't have an experience with someone, you don't care. You know what I'm saying? You only see, wow, okay, why are you talking to her like this? She's crying, she's vulnerable, blah, 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 but we haven't done anything to her. We haven't done anything to her for her to even, and the fact that the narrative is being pushed that I would have people come after her, I would never have anybody go after anybody. That's not how I roll. And you guys know that. If you watch me, you know if I have something to say, I'm saying it to you. That's it. I'm not saying it to nobody else. I'm not saying it behind your back. Why would I have somebody come after her? I blocked her and kept it moving. You know, that doesn't make any sense. I haven't even spoken about her. But like I told her, I'm willing to have a conversation with her. But at the same time, it's like, you haven't reached out to me. You haven't reached out to me to have a conversation with me, but you're telling me that you're reaching out to other people to have a conversation with me. That just doesn't make any sense, you know? And I just feel bad because my moderators were kind of made to look like, you know, wow, you're really bullying her, and show the proof that she emailed this person and show the proof that she Googled this person. There are some people, you know, who they want to speak for themselves. And it's not fair to just throw people's name out there when they're not here to defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair to do that to someone. You know, all we can say is we go by our experiences. Everyone goes by their own experience with somebody. There are people who actually look at Cat Lady, Megamouth, they look at her like they have a good experience with her. There's nothing we can do about that. We know how she is. We know we've all had bad experiences with her. However, some people have had good experiences with her, and we're not going to condemn them for that. We're not going to say you're a horrible person because you had a good experience and you think she's a good person. Okay, you might have had that one good experience, but give it time. The experience will change, right? So hold on one second here. And I kind of want to let you guys listen to something really quickly because it'll give you guys an idea of how that whole her going on the panel made me feel like when she did go on panel. If people want to give Cat Lady a second chance, that's all on them. Okay? That's all on them. But I just didn't like the way that whole thing played out. I didn't like how you're in my chat. We are all here for you. And then the next day you go into somebody else's chat. And maybe she may not have said sorry to Cat Lady Megamouth, but she still, that one thing that she said, I was like, okay, I kind of gotta be aware of that because I don't feel comfortable with that. She probably wanted to turn your mods against you. She has done it to other people. Something, because after I blocked her, would not stop messaging my moderators. And then she messaged a subscriber. Now she says her side of the story is, and I'm not going to say too much because that subscriber isn't here to defend herself. Okay? So, but what I do know is that she did message her. And I know this because I've watched her comment to people. Like, I had to delete a whole comment thread with her because all people were trying to say to her was, listen, Teaya just, she's trying to protect her community. And the fact that you were on her panel and we were all there for you, and then only for you to turn around and go right back on Megamouth's panel and pretty much try to explain yourself to her and say you only went on Tia's panel to get her attention. How do you expect for Teaya to look at that? And it was very argumentative from her, like, no, you're wrong. That's not what I said, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, I know what I heard. Okay. I know what I heard. And I just have to be protective over people coming into your community and trying to, cause chaos and unnecessary drama and it doesn't have to be that way, So hold on one second. I'm going to pull this up real quick. I'm here. I always put it on mute, so hold on. Let me share this really quickly here. Hello, beauty.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Just another day.
Just another fucking day, isn't it? Okay. Let me play this really quickly. I'm gonna play this one first. For context, obviously, this is a few weeks ago. Yeah, I mute so you guys don't have to hear the clicking noise. Sorry about that. Hold on. Okay, so this is when B Crunk went on to Cat Lady's panel. Okay, so let me play this here.
She is mine. It wasn't to ever talk bad or bash you, but it was just I was hoping to get my story or the truth out about what happened with Dizzle because it hurt my feelings that you just erased it and didn't even let me share like that what she did to me. And then I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just come like want to know and get your story out?
She is mine. It wasn't to ever talk bad or bash you, but it was just I was hoping to get my story or the truth out about what happened with Dizzle because it hurt my feelings that you just erased it and didn't even let me share like that what she did to me. And then I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just come like want to know and get your story out?
She is mine. It wasn't to ever talk bad or bash you, but it was just I was hoping to get my story or the truth out about what happened with Dizzle because it hurt my feelings that you just erased it and didn't even let me share.
Okay, let me play the next one. I think that was Robin on the panel with her, wasn't it?
Yep, it was.
Okay. Nikki says, Teaya, the first time I watched you, MGL was on you. You were so professional, fair, and respectful. I felt badly for you as I knew MGL's MO. Anywho, thank you. Thank the universe for your intelligence. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Nikki. You don't have to feel bad, sweetie. I promise I was good. But thank you so much. So let me play the next one here, just so you guys can hear it all, and then you guys will see where I'm coming from here.
Ever talk bad or bash you? She is mine. It wasn't to ever talk bad or bash you, Mom, but it was just, I was hoping to get my story or the truth out about what happened with Invisible because it hurt my feelings that you just erased it and didn't even let me share like that what she did to me. And then I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just come like let her know and get your story out?
She just lied. It wasn't to ever talk bad or bash you, Mom, but it was.
Hold on. That might have been the same one. Are these the same? Wait, are any of these clips different? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, you guys. There's different clips here.
But it was just.
I think they're all the same. Are they all the same?
And then I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just come like let her know and get your story out?
She just lied.
Yeah, I think all these clips are the same. Hold on, let me play the last one. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't help her as
Okay. This one I think is different. Okay. So the reason why I wanted to play that clip, sorry, I think 2 of them were the same, but the last one was kind of a continuation of what she said from the first 2 clips. But the reason you guys have to see things from our perspective. And from our perspective, you were on my panel and we were all there for you. And then the next day you're on Mega Mouse panel. And in my opinion, it just looked to me that if Mega Mouth would have said, hey, you're welcome back in my community, you're welcomed back. Obviously, that was just content for Mega Mouth, right? That was just content for the cat lady. However, if she would have said, hey, you're welcome back here, you're welcome back to my Patreon, in my opinion, I felt like she would have been back in her Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at that like I have to protect myself. I have to protect my community. I think she's cool. I don't have a problem with her, but I just, I want to keep it moving. So, stranger,
I'm here.
you start off by telling why you said what you said when you were on panel. You were not bullying her, nor were you trying to.
It's probably the first time in 39 years I've ever been called a bully.
Okay.
So that's definitely, that was new. The chat was kind of pressuring me to produce evidence and to basically do something that would have doxed one of your subscribers, and I obviously was not going to do that.
And not all of
Uh,
the chat, it was some people.
yeah, yeah. I had support and I didn't have support, but
Yeah.
I think I was so tired of her rhetoric, of just the constant barrage of messages that we were getting and the information that we were getting, that it was too much. It was protecting you, it was protecting Ryan, it was protecting Sparkle, it was protecting our community, because I think you have created something that is clearly not an echo chamber. I think that that's something that you're very proud of, and it's something that you foster and you grow. And I'm proud to be a part of that. And I couldn't take it anymore because she was weaponizing her anxiety, and she was acting like a child, because I think I don't know if that's how she is in real life, if she's very naive or she's very young mentally, because she isn't, she's 30 years old. And it was too much. It was just a case of, I need to protect, I need to protect, I need to protect, I need to protect. And I'm of course embarrassed by that now, like 5 hours later or whatever. But I just don't understand what her end game is, because she's messaging these people who aren't even a part of your circle, quote unquote, people like Barnyard, and she's talking about you. And she's so desperate to get a hold of you, and I don't understand what her end game is. And that's what frankly scares me a little bit, is that she's not going to stop, because she was sending these emails and these messages to like Science Girl as recently as yesterday. But why? What is the end game? And I think that's why I felt that I needed to speak up, because I'm someone who just, I can't abide by, I can't stand idly by while people are being attacked, and especially people I love. And so that's why I came up today, and I do regret it. Um, but at the same time, I've spoken to my spouse about it. My spouse was listening while I was on the panel, and I've spoken to Rayanne, and I've spoken to you, and I realize now that I'm not the problem. It's the fact that there's absolutely no getting through to this particular person. And I guess that's kind of all I have to say at this time, as to why I went up on the panel. I just wanted to support you, and to kind of get things across, because there was a week where she just wouldn't stop messaging us. Like, she wouldn't stop, and they were the cat is crying, sorry, because
That's okay.
it's windy here. She feels the same way, maybe, I don't know.
No.
She can feel the vibes. But what she was saying on the panel was just flat out lies as well. And I can't understand it. Like, you were caught in 4K in a lie, and then you went back on the lie, and then you doubled down on the lie, and then you put myself in a position, and you, Teaya, in a position where we had to stand up and say, you're lying. You did message, and you did Google a subscriber, not a mod, not you, Teaya, but someone who is a private citizen, for lack of a better term. And you were caught in 4K. Sorry, I started speaking Japanese then. Yonkei, as it's called here, Yonkei. But I just don't understand what her game is. I don't understand what she wants, and that upsets me for you.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. I would never have had any idea that, she would even message Science Girl, because, I figured, okay, she's moved on. I moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I I was surprised when I heard that she did because I don't talk about her. I don't say anything bad about her, anything like that. So, and it, like I said, if you wanted to get a hold of me, and how she was getting a hold of my moderators is through Instagram or Facebook. Um, but I think if you really wanted to get a hold of me, you could all have always emailed me. But then she said on panel that she did email me, and she
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
Like I don't have an email from her, and I understand everybody, has anxiety, everything like that, but I haven't done anything to her. I don't I haven't said anything to her. I don't talk about her. I just kept it moving after I saw what I saw. And you can't explain your way out of it because at the end of the day, you didn't leave Cat Lady, okay? You didn't leave her Patreon willingly. She kicked you out. So all I'm saying is that that was the impression that I got off of, her being on panel. She was so upset. She was crying. And although I did feel bad for her, how I looked at it is it's obvious that this, she wanted at that time acceptance from, you know, Mega Mouse. She had built a friendship with her too. She had told me that she built a friendship with her. So therefore she was obviously still very sad and wanted to try to work things out with her. What's wrong with saying that? But in the same sense, you trying to work things out with her wasn't the problem. The problem is you said basically you just came up on my panel to tell your story to get her attention.
Exactly.
And of course, you're going to get her attention at that moment because she was doing nothing but bashing me, talking about me. She had already doxed Rianne. Rianne's house is on her thumbnail, all of that shit. So all I'm saying is you guys, nobody's bullying anybody here, and nobody's getting anybody to contact her. Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
That doesn't
The
make any sense.
chat's asking how she found out everyone's names. It was through the members group, and she emotionally manipulated us into, I guess, giving up our real names, and that's something that I'm not okay with in retrospect. I protect my identity very closely, as you can tell from my name and my user icon. I promise I'm not actually Lisa Simpson in the future. But yes, it was through the members group that she found us on
Yeah,
Facebook.
my Facebook members group.
Yeah.
That's how you can contact people, Messenger and things like that. Brianne?
Hello.
Hey, beautiful. What do you have to say?
So, do I have to like PG-13 this, or can I like say what I want to say?
Fuck no.
Try to keep it
Okay.
PG-13 the best way you can.
We have until January 1st at least,
Right.
so you can swear a little bit.
I'm just gonna put it this way. First off, when you bring your drama to all these people in a community and you put yourself in the middle of all this bullshit, it is not everybody else's problem. It's your problem. You are the one, like, she's the one, which she's not even telling like the full story, because when we were messaging and she sent me, like, I didn't even ask what happened. She just started sending me all these screenshots and this and that. And she's not even telling the story. She had posted things in Patreon first and like was doing messy shit. And then when Molly called her out on it, that's when she got butthurt and, ran away. I'm going to call BS because she sat here and, oh, I didn't know you were doxxed. Oh, I didn't know anything that was happening. Conveniently, the week that I was doxxed, that Teaya was, insulted and horrible things were said about you, she wasn't on YouTube. Okay, come on with the bullshit. We're not stupid. and this whole I'm innocent, I didn't do anything. Own up to your shit, okay? I'm so sick of these grown ass adults not owning up to their stuff. Own it.
She's a little Little Red Riding Hood. That's, you know what I mean? She's a little fairy tale princess, delicate hothouse flower. That's kind of how I read her. And it's something that she uses. She uses the voice, she uses the crying, she uses the anxiety, and I'm not here for that. You don't joke about those kinds of things. You don't weaponize those kinds of things.
And like this whole what's really frustrating me is this was 2 weeks ago that all this went down. Nobody spoke about her. Like, she's acting like she's a major creator and all these videos and chats have been made about her. Nobody is keeping her relevant but her. Nobody gives a flying F. Seriously. It's done. It's over with. Teaya's moved on. Everybody's moved on. I don't even think Molly's been talking about her. Which, even if she was, I don't care. That's her, not you. This whole messaging everybody in this community and bringing Teaya up and then saying, oh, I don't have no problems with Teaya though. Why are you being messy then? You're being freaking messy. You're sitting here trying to run around and tell this whole story. And, you know, she started, you know, before when we were chatting and she told me her story and everything, I basically just told her, like, you need to take a step off YouTube. Like, you really need to get off YouTube and just, you know, take a break, because it was obviously she couldn't handle what was going on. And yes, it sucks when you're being bullied and you're being harassed. Like, I get it. Trust me. Molly made videos about me. Molly doxed my house. I get it. But that does not give you the right to turn around and play Little Miss Victim to everybody, especially when you were causing drama yourself in Patreon. Just own your shit. And to go to, you know, all these people and say, oh, I'm new to YouTube. I have the clip where you admitted you've been on YouTube for years watching Molly.
Yes.
So now you want to sit here and act like you're new and you're innocent and you didn't know all this. You've had no problem sitting beside Molly for 2 years, which was your own words, watching her BS, and you don't have a problem with it until you get caught up in some messy shit with her. That's my problem. You have stood beside her with all this crap, and then you want to cry victim? Come on, dude. No. And you want to, you know, you want to play go to Barnyard and act innocent and act like you're a child and, oh, coddle me. Fine. But keep Teaya's name out your damn mouth.
People keep bringing up Barnyard in the chat. That's something about the panel. Sorry, Rayanne. I love you.
No, you're fine. I
love you so much. But
it got me so hot that I could not go on panel because it was during bath time and bedtime. And I was like cussing. My husband was like, what's going on? And I'm like, I can't show the damn receipts. I can't show the clips. I can't do anything. It was so frustrating.
I felt like my hands were tied behind my back because I had Barnyard just, oh, you know, honey child, she's just a little baby, and I'm gonna mother her, and I'm gonna look after her, and she has my phone number, and you call me after this, big crunk, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Is anyone and the chat's telling me show receipts, and it's like I can't dox someone that doesn't.
I think Barnyard means well.
Of course.
Yeah, I think she means well. I think she just wants, you know, to put a calm to the storm, because the real problem is obviously Cat Lady. But I think she doesn't really understand when someone is on panel and they are crying, you know, things like that. Of course, you're going to feel bad for that person. And I'm not saying that I don't feel bad for her, but in the same sense, it's not my problem. Okay. And it never was my problem. The only way it became my problem is when I'm hearing, okay, she reached out to this person and said, like, and to me, it's like, were you trying to cause trouble between, Science Girl and myself? Because if you just wanted to reach out to me, then why didn't you just say, hey, Science Girl, I'm trying to get in touch with Teaya. I need to have a conversation with her. That's not what she did.
She told us from the beginning that she had emailed you. So I am absolutely flabbergasted that she didn't email you.
Okay, well, if she has an email and I don't see it, I will check my spam. I will check all of those. That's probably the only thing I didn't check is my spam. If I have an email from her, I will say, okay, I have an email. I just didn't get it. But I don't have any emails from her. Not one. All I'm saying is that if you were just trying to get a hold of me because you wanted to talk to me, then why would you leave Science Girl this whole novel? What if you would have caused trouble between the two?
And didn't she say she was like disappointed in Science Girl or some version of that? Or am I mistaken? Because I thought that was said, but I know there's so many lives and chats and it's so much to try to keep up with.
Science Girl took the video down, but the gist of the message was basically get me in touch with Teaya or else. Like that was
Huh?
that was kind of the gist of the message that she sent to Science Girl.
Today?
Science Girl put up a video
Mhm,
about like with that actually showed everything.
mhm,
She accidentally doxed B Crunk, so she had to take it down.
mhm.
And no, Smiles, she didn't say anything bad about Teaya. She didn't say anything bad. She was she's the Science Girl's here. She's answering, but she said that my comment section said that she was disappointed. She was let down. She was blocked. She can't get in contact with Teaya. There was no real like help me get in touch with Teaya, but it was basically why else would you send this email to someone who has a relationship that you and Science Girl do have
Mhm,
without wanting that end result? So it was in my opinion, someone reading it as someone who has dealt with this person in the past and had to deal with these messages myself, it was incredibly manipulative. It was very verbose. There was about 14 words when she could have used 4. That kind of situation, a lot of word bombardment to kind of hide exactly what she was going for. But the end result was basically, Alicia, get me in touch with Teaya. I'm blocked. That was the end result, I think. But that's the end result she wanted, I mean.
mhm.
And what really irritates me though is this narrative that she keeps pushing. Excuse me. That oh wait. There you go, Mallory. Sorry, I just had to do that.
Go get that checked out, Rayanne.
Oh, hey, Mallory, I'm smoking right now too.
Get it checked out. Get it checked out.
I'm sorry. I had to bring a laugh. I'm sorry if I know some people have that I don't remember what the aversion for that is called, so I'm sorry. She's pushing this narrative that everybody clipped me apologizing to Molly, but I wasn't apologizing to Molly for that. I was only apologizing to Molly for interrupting her. That wasn't even the thing that was brought up. Nobody ever brought that up. And people are running around saying that we clipped a video and we sent it to Teaya because that's what was insinuated, is that Teaya doesn't actually watch anything herself. We just all sent her a edited clip or a perfectly done clip where she says sorry to Molly, but it wasn't for that. That's not what we talked about. The whole reason everything happened was because you admitted you went up there on Tia's panel just to get Molly's attention.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the apology for interrupting Molly or whatever. It had nothing to do with that, because she even messaged me and was like, when I said sorry, I just was like flabbergasted, like, you don't understand. Everybody was telling her what the problem was, and she just kept saying, but that's not what I meant. And it's like, no one's talking about the sorry. We don't care about that. We're talking about the fact that you basically went up on Tia's panel and used her to get Molly's attention because you knew at the time she was fighting with Tia. That was the whole point.
The cult
Like,
of Zelinsky.
Right. But if she's been trying to get a hold of me, or if she messaged me through an email, I have not received that email. Like I said, I will go through my spam and everything like that, but I have not spoken of her. It's been weeks, and then Science Girl was like, "Do you know this person?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And then it's like, okay, but the point is that I don't have a problem with her. Okay. You can do what you do, and I'll do what I do. It has nothing to do with anything except for the fact that people have boundaries, and sometimes when those boundaries have been crossed and you feel like you have been used in any way, and maybe whatever her reasoning is for going up on Mega Mouse panel, that's her own reasoning. But even if the point is that even if she didn't go up on her panel, obviously it would have been different, because I'd be like, okay, she'd still be here. But I just, with all of the things that was being said about me, everything that was being done at that time, it's just something that I didn't feel comfortable with. I did not feel comfortable with the fact that, she was so very upset,
Right.
trying to work things out with this evil person. And I just looked at it like, okay, just maybe she needs to take some time for herself, be off the internet, do her thing, and I'm going to do mine. And that's it. It's not like I ever plan on talking about her. The only reason why her name was being brought up is because she brought mine up.
I think it's really funny to me that I've come across this in my life before, and it's not just in high school. It wasn't just in university. It's been in real life as well, where people say, "Oh, I've tried my hardest to get in contact with stranger, but you know, I've tried my hardest. I've emailed and I've done this and I've done that and I'm blocked and I can't get her on the phone and all this." But then it turns out that they absolutely have not tried. They've gone to every other single person in the circle
Mhm.
to either pump for information to try and work out how I felt, or whoever the person is that in this instance it's you, Tia, how Tia feels,
Yeah.
or that kind of thing. And it, at the end of the day, it turns out that the person that they actually want to communicate with, they don't communicate with them at all, because they perhaps are not a confrontational person, or they feel a little bit scared, or something like that. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, that's not your problem, Tia.
No.
It's she went to Barnyard, who you don't have a relationship with at all.
I really don't know Barnyard. I think she's a sweetheart, but I don't know her that well.
It's just mind-boggling to me that
Yeah.
she came at the mods, and she Valentina just says it's called triangulation. That's actually the term for it, where uh, you're put in a position where you're kind of left out of the situation, but everyone else around you is involved in the situation, so
Mhm.
you're the last to find out. And it's it's very much a childish tactic. It's kind of like choosing, if we were playing, what what do you call it? Dodgeball.
Mhm.
Dodgeball's illegal in Australia, just FYI. So we don't have it. But it's like choosing you last for dodgeball, just to piss you off.
Yeah,
Just to make it known that person is pissed off at you. Like it's
right.
that kind of thing. And I can't abide by that because I know who you are as a person. I know who Rayanne is as a person. I know who Sparkle is as a person. And I also know I'm not a bully. Um, and I think that she has a lot of stuff to work out in her own personal life. And I don't want to disparage her and I don't want to say anything poorly about her, but I'm just not here for weaponizing anxiety and things like that. Too many people have it, too many people suffer from it. It's a real illness. It's something that people can't control. But when you start weaponizing it to get your way in a conversation, nah, I'm
Yeah.
not here for it.
I just don't like the reaching out to other people. If,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, if a person, blocks you or whatever, how does she know? Maybe I might have contacted her eventually or whatever the situation is. I just don't like that. I think that that is in a way causing, like, almost trying to stir up trouble. It's nobody else's responsibility to get a hold of somebody. And especially because I haven't spoken of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk about her, nor will I continue to, because I just don't have anything to say about her. All I could say is that you cannot go around um, thinking that everyone sets their own boundaries, and some people's boundaries are different than the other. And it doesn't make them, you know, lack empathy or lack compassion or anything like that. I don't think that she's a horrible person or anything like that. I just think that I set boundaries for myself. I set boundaries for the people who support me. And those boundaries are, if you're on my panel and the next day you're on someone's panel who was literally was literally bashing me at that time, okay? I have a problem with that. And I'm allowed to set those boundaries for myself. Everybody is allowed to, and that doesn't make you a bully. It doesn't mean that you're a horrible person. I don't think she's a horrible person. I never even said that I had a problem with her. All I said was she's going her way, I'll go mine. And that's the end of it. It's very simple. Once
It was
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
Now, once I seen, even the boundaries are being crossed, like, uh, you know, with my mods and constantly messaging you guys, I'm like, why is she doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the science girl, I always say the science girl. Science girl made a good point. She's like, if somebody's not responding to you, just give it time. People have lives. People have things that they're doing in their life. You know what I mean? Because if you are constantly messaging someone and you may think that they're ignoring you or things like that, and you may get paranoid and things like that. But here's the thing, we don't know you. We don't know how you are or the things that you may get paranoid. We don't know you at all. All we know is that you were on our panel and then on my panel, and then everybody's like, it's going to be okay, blah, 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 blah. And then the following day, you go on someone else's panel again that was bashing me, bashed you, everything. And all we looked at it like is, okay, I don't know why she did that, but okay, deuces to her. It's okay. She's free to go wherever she wants to. But the fact that you continuously kept messaging my moderators, I'm like, this is really overstepping some boundaries here, you know? Go ahead, Ray.
Messaged, and then what really got me is I didn't understand why she just automatically, like, you don't know me from anybody, like, and you just automatically send me screenshots, voice recordings, and you got to explain yourself. Why? Like, who gives a crap what's going on over there? Like, we were so supportive, and I tried to be as supportive of her as I could in messages. And I was never mean to her ever. I was just like, I think you need to take some time. I think you need a break. Molly's vicious. That's what she does, and she breeds that type of community around her. And it was very weird because when the whole thing happened, when she went on Molly's panel after talking on your panel, and she started just messaging me, please, blah blah, Tia's blocked me, and I didn't say sorry to Molly, and it was just nonstop with that. And when I didn't respond to her, because she had also, I caught her in a lie, and I don't like that. If it's one thing I can't stand, sorry, my dog, anytime I go outside, she's like, ball, 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 and makes me kick it. I can't stand a freaking liar at all. I cannot stand a liar or a thief. And we were talking because I had asked her if she had happened to see something that I was told by other people was put out there about my home. And I had asked her, if she had seen that, and she said no or whatever. Well, I guess I wasn't being attentive enough to her. And I was trying to explain, like, look, because she had wrote me like a Bible and left me like a couple long voice messages. And I was like, look, I'm dealing with my kiddos right now. But I'll read this and get back to you, whenever I'm done or whatever. And the next day she had messaged something about, because I was celebrating the fact that, Patreon or whatever, I think they finally contacted Molly, because after I had sent in every video clip of everything going on, she deleted a week's worth of videos. That's not a coincidence to me.
No.
And she was like, oh, the video's still up. And I'm like, no, it's not. And she's like, oh, it is. I think you can, block only certain people to see videos. And I go, no, you can't.
Yeah.
I go, you can only do that with members. I go, and I'm still a member of Molly's, and I can see what member videos she has out. And I'm like, the video's not up anymore. And she's like, oh, I'm sure I seen it. And she sends me a screenshot, and she doesn't realize this very edited screenshot she sent me, where it says streamed so many days ago, it said streamed 5 days ago.
It was bad.
Now, come on.
It was
Now,
bad.
You don't have to lie to me. Like, I will freaking go hard for anybody. Like, I promise you, I am one of the most loyal people. If you get to know me and I become your friend, I'm loyal to a fault. You don't have to lie. You don't have to make things up like that for me to talk to you. I was talking to her. I just couldn't talk to her like she wanted to talk, because I've got 4 kids and they're freaking crazy. My house is a zoo, but it was
I don't have 4 kids, and she still was like, hello, are you there? Are you there? And it's like, I'm in a completely different time zone to you. Give me a break.
Yeah.
She just constantly wanted a response.
Yeah,
but if she wanted sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If she wanted a response from Teaya, then out of respect for Teaya, why would she go to all these people, and instead of sitting here and telling a half-assed story, which she did, and twisting this narrative around and trying to make us all look like we just beat up on her, which was not true. We were so damn supportive. And she wants to talk about, she got a message. Yeah, you're right. Sparkle did message her, but only after she saw her talking shit about Teaya, and she messaged her. And then the response that Sparkle got was completely uncalled for. But she don't want to
And
own up to any of the behavior
incomprehensible.
she does.
It was incomprehensible.
It was horrible, the things she said. Like, it was really just, you don't even know this person and you're just saying all this type of stuff. And it's like, dude, we supported you. We had your back. And I don't care, whatever. Be with whoever you want to be, watch whoever you want to watch. But if you can stand by Molly, you can't stand by Teaya.
No.
Nope.
Because you can't watch her dog Teaya and dog so many different communities. Oh, like, no, you only ran to Teaya's because you had drama. That's not okay. This
I,
isn't high school.
I know the buzzword is parasocial. I know that's a buzzword right now, is parasocial and parasocial relationships. Um, I am a lurker. I'm very much a lurker. Like I mentioned, I was doxxed in 2015. My entire family was doxxed. I had people from an anonymous online community contact my mother while she was in a psychiatric hospital, and pretend to be me to try and get information.
Wow.
So I have, yes, Americans, by the way. So you can imagine the doctors were a little bit like, yeah, you're an American. We can't give you any information about this Australian woman because we assume her daughter is Australian. Ever since then, I have become very much a lurker. And I found Teaya. And I found someone who spoke like I spoke and was intelligent and kind and had boundaries, who spoke it as it was. And I broke my silence. And my reward for that was getting people like Teaya and Rayanne in my life. And I have them in my life and I speak to them every single day. And that's not parasocial. They're real relationships that I have with Teaya and Rayanne.
Right.
And I think that sometimes the only thing that I would say about B Crunk that would be disparaging or mean is that I think she's incredibly lonely. Incredibly lonely. And I think the quote that's up on the comment that's up on screen right now, Teaya, from Ghosts of Ditzy,
Uh-huh.
I think that says it a lot. And it's parasocial. It is that parasocial relationship where they feel that they know you and you're their best friend because
Right.
they sit in their bedroom and they listen to you and you speak to them, like on a one-to-one basis, and there's a chat, and you foster relationships in that chat and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, the reason I went on panel today is because I automatically felt protective of you, Teaya. I didn't feel anything but protection. It was like, well, shit, this is a parasocial relationship. She just wants to get at Teaya, or she wants to get at Molly, or she doesn't know what she wants. That's just how I feel. I just think she's incredibly lonely, and that's probably the worst thing I'll ever say about her.
Yeah. And a lot of people are lonely here on the internet. And like I said, I don't have a problem with her. I wouldn't even have a problem if she was in chat. But all I'm saying is I don't like messaging other people and talking about me. I don't like that. That's not right. I don't do it to her. And even when Sparkle reached out to her, the only reason, just like Rianne said, Sparkle reached out to her not because of me, not because I said, "Hey, Sparkle, why don't you go ahead and message B Kronk and tell her what it is?" No. That doesn't even sound like me. Like, I'm not going to do something like that. I know Sparkle was mad because she seen that B Crunk was still talking about me. She was still saying things about me. And all Sparkle did was, instead of addressing her in chat, she messaged her directly and told her how she felt. And that's on Sparkle. She's an adult. She can do whatever she wants to do. But regardless, if she wants to talk about me, I'm just trying to make everyone aware that everyone has a different experience with someone. And it's not fair to judge someone because they choose to pretty much call someone out on their bullshit. If they're lying, just because they choose to call someone out, it doesn't mean that they're bullying that person. That's not what that means. That means, hey, why are you lying? You know what I'm saying? And you want to show proof, and you never know. One day there might be proof. The only reason why we're not showing this particular subscriber is because it's her real name. And
Exactly.
if she, I know on here it's her name, but not her last name. And if she, I'm sure this subscriber will, and if she wants to come out and talk about it, she will. But the point is that everyone has their own experience, and you shouldn't judge someone because of their experience that they have with someone because they set boundaries for themselves. Because
Freedom.
at the end of the day, if, let's just say, Robin, she apologized. I think that was very big of her to apologize. Okay. I thought that was very nice that she was on Science Girls panel and apologized. But at the end of the day, tomorrow, if she was to go back to Megamouth, everyone would probably be like, holy shit. Did she really just do this? Well, everybody would be like, why would she do this? You have to understand. And I would totally respect Science Girl if Science Girl said, and I'm using this as an example. I'm not saying that Robin is going to do this. I'm just saying if the Science Girl set boundaries for herself and said, you know what? She is never coming back over here again because I will never be able to trust her. I will never be able to trust her from this point forward. And is Megamouth going to end up mistreating her again? Yes, but this time she's not coming over to my channel. That's her right. And it doesn't make her a bully. It doesn't make her a horrible person. It makes her look, she's setting boundaries for herself. She's protecting herself, and not only herself, but her community. And that's okay. It's not fair to have someone come into your community. Here is your community, comforting that person, trying to make things better for that person. And then tomorrow they turn around and go back to the very same person that hurt them. But not only them, but the person that they're watching be bashed and slandered.
Yeah, it's an abusive relationship.
You know? And I'm sure, no, I'm not saying that Robin will. I don't think Robin will. But it's not as if B. Crunk stopped being friends with her on her own. Like, she was kicked out of her Patreon.
In chat, Freedom Believer said, "Well, you do have a responsibility to your subs." How do you feel about that comment?
Who said that?
Freedom Believer.
Teaya, this is the best chat on YouTube.
A little bit further up.
Okay, hold on.
You do have a responsibility to your subs, but
yeah, you do.
But Teaya doesn't have to come to your birthday party.
Well, no. But I have a responsibility as far as what I put out there. And I have a responsibility the bigger my platform gets. I have a responsibility with the things that I say and don't say. I do believe in that. Just like I believe in that Megamouth has somewhat of a responsibility to a point where the things that she says and the hate that she spews and the things she says to her supporters, she's very irresponsible with her platform. So it's not necessarily subs. It's you have a responsibility to your platform, your brand as a whole, and the things that you say.
Yeah.
You know, you should care about what you say to your subs. You should care about the rumors that you're potentially spreading. You shouldn't just go on your platform and just say anything without saying allegedly or in my opinion or I did as much research as possible. You should always encourage your subscribers to do their own research, use their own brains and come to their own conclusions about things. Don't just go by what I say. Do your own due diligence. Okay, that's the type of responsibility you have.
I think what kind of hurt the most was the narrative that we are just a bunch of bullies, that we went after her and attacked her. I mean, I've got,
Gangbangers.
you know,
Rogue.
the the person that spoke on Science Girls panel, I think her name was like Kay Thomas or something like that. I have the clip
Kay
where
Thomas.
she said that, yeah, Kay Thomas, she literally said that B. Crunk told her that Teaya sent all her people after her or whatever. And that's not true. And that's very hurtful because the only person that I know of that reached out to her in our circle was Sparkle, and that was for a legit reason. And the other conversations, we were already talking. So you can't even twist that to we were attacking you because I didn't say anything. I literally just ignored it because there's no point in going back and forth with somebody like that. And I feel like she has a lot of emotional maturing to do, but we are not bullies over here. We are not liars over here. We are not doxers over here. And I will go to bat for Teaya. And I will say, Teaya tells us not to. Teaya tells us to ignore things.
Yep.
She tells us all the time, oh my God, we will get heated when we see stuff. And she'll be like, just ignore it. I don't want to see it. She literally tells us, I don't want to see it. I don't care. She's the one that don't care. I'm like, no, she can't say that about you. And
no, we're gonna hold each other back.
We love Teaya. And that's what it is over here. It's a community of love and trust and respect. And when you shit on that respect, you can't expect to get it back.
Exactly.
Like
that's how I look at it. Like you have to earn trust, in my opinion, especially here on YouTube. You have to earn those things once you do something like that. And I just looked at it like, okay, I'm just going to keep my distance. She can keep her distance, and I'm sure she'll, I see her on other people's channel. I'm sure she's doing fine. But you're not going to hear me talking about her or saying bad things about her. All I'm addressing is the fact that she is messaging people about me. I just don't think that's right. That's not right. Because what if the Science Girl would have said, oh, fuck Teaya, I can't believe she did that shit to you. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong.
It is.
In my opinion, that's what she wanted to happen.
Terry, thank you.
I feel like that's what she was trying to like drag out.
Right. Thank you, Terry.
Cat. Look at Terry's cat.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, kitty cat.
Thank you so much, Terry. I love you so much. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if the Science Girl would have been like, Teaya, why would you do that to this girl? I don't want to hear nothing that you have to say. You know what I'm saying? That can potentially cause unnecessary drama. And that's what I don't want to have in my community, you guys. That's what I don't want. Not saying
you talked about boundaries and how important they are for you personally, and boundaries are something that I had to learn because I was always too nice. I was always like, yeah, walk all over me, it's fine, like whatever, I don't give a shit. When of course I gave a shit, but through many years of therapy I've learned boundaries, and I just don't think B Crunk has those boundaries. I don't think that she's learned them yet, and perhaps she will, and perhaps this is going to be a learning curve for her.
Right. I think that's a positive way to look at it too. Everybody has to learn things. Like, you have to learn, like I said, what if tomorrow you guys seen me on Mega Mouse panel apologizing to her, or not even apologizing to her, but
we'd be contacting TBZ and
right,
trying to work out what was wrong.
I think hell would freeze over. Yeah, literally.
We'd be like, you okay?
Right, because even when I wasn't, I was never friends with her. I was never anything but cordial with her out of respect for someone else. But everybody on the outside looking in was like, oh no, she's friends with her. I'm looking at her sideways. And it wasn't even that. And the fact that just because I was, calling without a crystal ball out, it made it look like I'm just defending Molly. But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I don't care who you are. And at that time, I looked at without a crystal ball as she was wrong. But in that same aspect, then I start having these experiences. Oh, thank you so much, Freedom Believer.
Yeah, I want to say Freedom Believer. We didn't take that as offensive. It was just a talking piece. That's it. No one thought you were being offensive.
Oh, no. I want to be clear. My comment was not offensive. Tia should be upset if people are emailing her subs behind her back. Absolutely, Freedom Believer. We know what you mean.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think you were basically trying to say, I do believe you, Freedom. I believe what you're saying. You do have somewhat of a responsibility to your subs. When people are supporting you, that's why they call us influencers, creators, whatever. I have a responsibility if I have morals, integrity, I have a responsibility to be transparent with you guys, to keep it 100 with you guys. Do other creators set those? No, not every creator does that, but I do believe that to a certain extent. I'm not saying that it's my responsibility to call you on your birthday and all of those types of things, or even email you back when you email me. That doesn't necessarily mean that I can have the time to do that. However, I do have a responsibility to be transparent, to try to offer you guys the best content that I possibly can, and just keep it 100. That's it.
Exactly.
You know?
Oh, Becca, I'm sorry. Tia might come to your birthday party.
Hey, if you live close to me, maybe. You never know, because I like parties.
You better fly to Texas. Come on now.
Right? I would love
just ask Molly. She knows where I live.
You guys want to stay on panel real quick while I do this? I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer, but I want to show you guys something real quick. So 1 second.
Yes,
you guys
ma'am. We are here.
Go ahead and talk.
Can I show the cute little poochy pooch?
Absolutely.
You can show Rocket.
Let me get the camera turned around. Do not judge me. I'm in my robe right now.
Oh my god, I wish it was.
And it's cold. It's like freezing here in Texas for us.
I wish
Rocket, come here, Rocket. Wait. There we go.
Rocket even show up on the camera? Oh my god, he's so tiny.
Where are you hiding? Don't hide. Come here. He's so tiny. Look how tiny and cute he is.
So tiny.
Here he is. Say hi. Say
How
hi,
is
Rocket.
he real? I don't believe he's real.
Look at how cute.
I'm so cold.
So I love
so small.
He's so tiny.
I know. It's cold. Okay, you can go back in Mommy's robe.
I wish my boys were up to see.
And this is Roxy Roo. Roxy, come here.
And then the other two who are giants.
This is Roxy Roo and Har, my fat head. Har, fat head. Say hi, fat head. Say hi, fat head. Hi, fat head.
Ryan, are you wearing
Ignore
Crocs?
my doggy voices.
Are you wearing Crocs?
Don't judge me.
I'm in my PJs,
Yes,
so I can't say anything.
I'm also in my very messy backyard because I have to hide my voice, because if the children even hear like a smidge of my voice, they will Mom. I swear. It's, yeah. Anyway.
I'd show you the cat, but I'm not turning camera on.
So cute.
I look horrible, so I'm turning the camera off now.
Yeah, right. You look beautiful as always.
Looks beautiful as always.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold. Let me play this real quick.
Come here.
Let me speed this up. You know what? I'm just gonna share. I don't need to share the whole thing. I'm not gonna share the whole thing. Okay.
I've got earphones on, so the cat
reaction is live or something, talking about my. I think I have a flu. So RuPaul is live or something, talking about my son. Drop a link. So apparently, I am being thrashed. My whole family is being thrashed about my son's girlfriend, my son, school, and heels on the ground, right? Yeah, I did lose weight.
No, you didn't. Anyway, let me tell you something. I was not.
I just snorted.
I was not
Talk
talking.
about her son at all.
I was not talking about your son. Okay. I was basically, we were all having a discussion on Science Girls panel. So if you're going to talk about it, get it right. I was on the Science Girls panel and we were all having a discussion about how you talk about other people's kids and how you talked about the science girl and her child working at Walmart, things like that. But it's okay for you to do that, right? But anyway, you sat there or you're saying that I was talking about your child. No, I was not talking about your child. All I said was I seen a clip of you talking about how a girl likes your son that is biracial, and somebody in the comment section had said, we need to do something with her hair or something like that. And you said, oh, her hair's fine. She's biracial, but her hair's fine. Your exact words. Okay. And all I said was, I could never see you letting your son be with someone who's biracial. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's just my opinion. Okay. Nobody was talking about your child. Nobody would talk about your child the way you talk about other people's children. All I said was I couldn't see you letting that happen. With all of the derogatory things that you say about Black people, I just can't see it happening. If, like I said, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. That's great. It would.
But he hugs her, and she has friends now, and she spent $900 on clothes.
Yeah, you put the girl out there like that, and basically, oh, we don't need to do nothing with her hair. She's biracial, but we don't need to do nothing with her hair. Like, just the things that you say are so fucking ignorant, that you're making this child. You're the one who started talking about this young lady, reading things out loud that she wrote to your child and making her seem like she's some charity case. That's what I think is disgusting to me. But in the same sense, that's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. Okay, cat lady?
She acted like she was like fairy godmother, and this child was, little Cinderella, and she's rescuing her. And you know what? In my opinion, she's trying to use her like as a token, like she does anything, when she did the trans shit. And now Mallory is her buddy.
Single Black person, like her son's Black friends. Oh, I bought them some shoes. They had. Why does it seem like every single Black friend that your son has or whatever, you treat them as though they're some charity case? Like, I think it's disgusting.
I have never taken a picture of the credit card machine when I have bought something. I have never done that.
Me neither.
The only time I've done that is like with my husband, like, oh shit, babe.
Yeah.
But no, like what frustrates me is she literally, oh my God, I just totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. Shit. Never mind. Go on. ADD moment. Sorry.
Oh, you'll remember it when
I will.
Yeah. Let me speed this up. Okay.
So I can't even fucking believe it. Browns, right? Yeah, I did lose weight. So I can't even fucking believe it. Yeah. Okay. So where do I start? And well, I wish I could wake up and look as good as you. Well, Justin, what is with this friggin' nonsense?
What are you talking about?
Apparently I'm a hot commodity.
What do you mean?
And now you and I have done nothing but collect on Marvon's name, and we don't even talk about him. And that we're still making tons of money on Marvon, and we never made his money. Well, actually, if you want to know the truth, Marvon is never getting better. And I was just on the phone with Wynette. He's never getting better, if you want to know. How do you tell your audience that he's never going to wake up? All right? You know what? Oh, of course. Yeah. Sorry, please don't mention her name. All right. So
I just went live, and
you know what? I'm sorry to take you away from your life.
No. I'm glad you went live.
Apparently, RuPaul said that my son.
Wait.
Bitch.
Wait, sorry, Teaya.
How dare she?
She pulled him away from his live?
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
She seemed to say that he was live and he stopped his live to go on her live. I ran out of breath because
Like, seriously,
that was a long
that
sentence.
does not surprise me at all.
Holy
So I remember what I was
moly.
going to say. When she had all that credit card fraud, she was trying to blame her son's friend because her son had actually had her credit card. And she was
That was her
low
son.
key
It was her
trying to
son.
blame her son's friend.
Uh-huh.
And it was like,
Who
you
is
sit here
black.
and you brag about all the things you do, but the moment something happens, you blame the black friend. Why wouldn't you ask your son? He's the one that had the credit card.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's absolutely, she's disgusting to me, you know. And no, you're not a hot commodity. Get over yourself, cat lady. You're just not. Let's continue.
Marissa. Okay, you froze or something.
Dad's tripping. Can you get an oxygen company? Can you help me with this, guys? I just got this from my sister. Hold on. Hold on. Violet, please stop.
Hello?
Dawn, I didn't understand your message.
Mommy, are you there? Mom? Yeah.
What's the matter?
Hello?
What happened?
Can you guys hear me or no?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Okay. So the message that I sent you was, Mommy couldn't go home today because we can't get oxygen for her. That was going to take her from tonight till tomorrow until the big unit gets here. Then Dad said that unit that they bring into the house, she can only have oxygen in the house, but then she's not going to have portable oxygen to go to Hackensack to get the PET scan. She's got to have oxygen with her because when she stands up and tries to walk, that's when her oxygen level falls dangerously low.
Don't give her tanks.
They won't give you a tank?
We got to order a tank and get it delivered because they wanted me to go over to the office today. But then when I told Dad where it was, he said it take 4 fucking hours because of the traffic.
What the fuck? What is the point of having this on your live stream?
Well,
Like-
she wanted to raise money for her sister in Florida because everything's a drama.
Yeah, everything.
When I was looking at it, it said 20 minutes, and he said that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you need my credit card?
No,
What do you need then?
I need you to find an oxygen place that'll bring Mommy a portable tank.
Are they bringing her machine?
I don't know what's close to Mommy.
No.
I'm looking at the map, and it looks close, but Dad's like, that ain't fucking close.
Right.
The traffic is horrendous.
They can't tell her in the hospital?
No, they don't really have any recommendations. They had 2 companies. One is down south that's bringing the big tank tomorrow that plugs into the house. And yeah, down in Ocean County, yeah.
They
First tested in order to get one of those carrier ones. You can't use that because the way that it concentrates the is what they're talking about. A portable tank.
I need
Okay,
to right now.
you know what? You know what? I lived in a completely different
I just don't
country
understand. How am
during
I-
COVID, and my grandfather, who was like my father, he passed away, and I could not get back to Australia, but I would have done anything to be there. Yet she cannot get on a plane to New Jersey.
Right.
It's the
But yet
same
you can go
coast.
everywhere else harassing people.
If
Jeez.
it was a child, you know, that
She's
was
exploiting.
missing, or a woman that was missing, or some type of crime drama she could get on, oh, she'd be on the first flight there.
Her sister, who was in the hurricane, went to New Jersey. I don't get it. Like, I would have done anything to be in Australia when my grandfather passed away. I would have done anything.
Right. That's what I would do. I damn sure wouldn't be live running my mouth about other people. I would be right by my mother's side.
Pennsylvania is not that far from New Jersey, am I correct?
From Commander says it's a 2.5 hour drive.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. It's not that far.
Holy moly.
Get right now.
So Marissa, this is the thing.
All right, like I need this shit right now.
So Marissa, this is the thing. Let's not give them anything.
No, I just don't understand. How am I the topic of everybody's fucking life right now? Do you want to know the fucking truth? Here's the fucking truth. If you're that butthurt Fucking Teaya, I'm sorry for thinking that you were a fucking man. I'm sorry. Can we please move on? Alicia, I moved past our friendship a long fucking time ago. I'm sorry that I moved on for thinking that you were a fucking liar, okay? If you want to know the fucking truth, this is what I asked for Christmas from my husband, all right?
Let's start here. Cat lady, Megamouth, whatever. I don't care that you thought that I was a man, because I don't think you did. I think that was something that you used to insult me. I don't care. I care that you lied on me. You tried to say that I stole pallets from someone under false pretenses. You also threatened me when Miss Letitia was in my chat, okay? You talked about me. You slandered me. You lied on me. And you did a live that is now deleted. And just because it's deleted does not mean that live no longer exists. The internet is forever, sweetheart. So don't try to make it to where you're saying that I'm so offended and that's why I'm still talking about you. So you want to make that the reason, but I've already shown proof of all the reasonings as to why I do not like you. And I never will. I think you are a horrible, awful person that hurts people, exploits people. And if you would have kept my damn name out of your fucking mouth, maybe, I doubt it, but maybe I wouldn't be exposing your fucking ass. You can call me a man all day, every day. But the live that you did, and the reason why you constantly continue to say it is, for one, you're self-projecting, okay, because everybody thought you were, and maybe still thinks that you are. I don't know. You're self-projecting, for one. And for two, you're calling me that to insult me. And when you make derogatory comments about transgender women and go as far as to say that one of my friends told you that I was a transgender woman, you lied on him. You are a disgusting piece of fucking shit. It has nothing to do. You have literally
I wanted to start clapping.
offended people in the transgender community by trying to call me this, okay? You're trying to call me this to offend me. You're not calling me this because that's what you really thought. You're calling me a man because you think that that's supposed to offend me. The only thing that offends me is your derogatory statements towards transgender women. Hence, you saying RuPaul. You're not saying that to compliment me. You're saying that to insult me.
RuPaul is a cisgendered man. He's a drag queen.
Exactly. And the fact that you think that the reason why I am calling you out and exposing your ass for who you truly are, along with a million other channels here on YouTube, the fact that you're trying to make it seem as though that's the reason why I'm still exposing you is very comical, because you know damn well what you did, but you try to backtrack and make it seem like, oh, that's the only reason why she's mad. Do you really think that is the only reason why I cannot stand you? You have told lie after lie on me. You fucking doxed my moderator. It doesn't get any lower than you. You are the biggest piece of scum here on YouTube. So save it for the next person that's stupid enough to believe that the only reason why I'm exposing you is because you thought I was a man. Bitch, even if I was, I still look better than you.
Yes.
Still running circles around you. You couldn't look better than me on your best motherfucking day.
I do makeup and I look like Trixie Mattel.
And that's why you're mad. It has nothing to do. You didn't like me from the very beginning because of the way that you look at Black people, period. You wish that I was transgender. So that way you could walk around and say, you're transgender, blah, 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 blah. If I was, I would be proud to say that I am.
Teaya, you didn't fall in line. That's her problem. You didn't fall in line.
Right. I'm saying, but the point is that if I was, I would be proud. I have transgender friends that are afraid. It's personal to me, but not because of what you think. You think I give a fuck about what you think about me? It's personal to me because people like you are the reasons why transgender people are afraid to be open about it. Because of people that say derogatory, disgusting things like you do. So
that can get somebody killed in real life.
Yes,
you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But she doesn't care about that. So quit trying to spin the narrative and make it seem like, oh, that's the only reason why she doesn't like me, because I thought she was a man. Girl, bye. It doesn't have anything to do with that.
The only thing you should be embarrassed about is that RuPaul's into fracking. Fracking is the very non-environmental way of drilling oil. That's the only thing you should be embarrassed about, using that name, because RuPaul's not a great person. but he damn, he looks good. No, he's not, unfortunately.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he and his partner, who is Australian, unfortunately, is very much into fracking, which is the semi-illegal way of getting oil out of the ground.
Oh,
yeah, which is not great. But
quit trying to make it seem like it has to do with that. You can keep pushing that narrative, but just remember, I have the proof, and I've shown the proof on my channel. And I will continue to show the proof. I will continue to expose you. Every day? No, don't have time for it. But I definitely will. Just like Bert Toasted, John Crimes, Makeup Mobster, Science Girl. What's the other channel? Barnyard. So many other channels expose your ass. And you're talking about Alicia. You seriously think that Alicia gives a shit that you two are no longer friends? Is that really the narrative that you're going to go around spinning now? Is that your new narrative now? Get the fuck over yourself.
She needs to look in the damn mirror. And why are all these people talking about you, Molly? I wonder why. It's because you're a fucking shit human being. Exactly. You're racist, you're ableist, you're homophobic, you're transphobic. You're just an awful human. That is why people are talking about you. Not because you're amazing and you're a hot commodity. Bitch, please.
Oh, no, I love Molly. I think that she is the pinnacle of YouTube, and I bow down to our Molly Golightly overlord or something.
Let me tell you something. I would rather look like RuPaul than to look like her.
Yeah, Jocelyn Wilderson.
And sorry, sweetheart. I know it's hard for you to understand, but that's who you look like.
She's got the cheekbones, doesn't she?
Yeah. You and her could be twins, literally. And what's sad about this woman is, prior to all the plastic surgery, she looked fun. She was so pretty, and sometimes, unfortunately, plastic surgery can be addicting, and this is the outcome You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. But just remember, you can say I look like RuPaul till your face turns blue. But at least I don't look like this. Okay? Hope we're clear on that. So let's continue to listen to this.
I can't believe she pulled Justin off alive.
That's
I just-
horrible. No, I think it's more horrible the fact that he got off his life.
Exactly.
Like, that's just, that speaks volumes to me.
I asked him, heels on the ground for me.
Go ahead.
Sorry. And in regards to House of Williams, there are trans people who are incredibly transphobic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of psychological reasons why. You know, maybe Joni would be able to give a really good insight into that. But I know a lot of transgender people who are really anti-trans. And I just feel nothing but sorry for Mallory, just quietly.
The fact that you would excuse that her behavior and like that's okay, being that you're a transgender woman yourself, is definitely something to feel sorry for.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Christmas. Do you remember that, Justin?
Mhm.
You do remember that?
Yes.
Well, guess what? They sent back like a $285 check because Heels on the Ground was taken.
Yes.
So that's why, and plus Betty, Andrea, who calls me today, you do remember. Thank you. See, this is all the fucking truth. I also got a text saying that I don't drive my kid to school. I don't know what classes or school my kid goes to or anything. I don't bring my kid to church. I don't know anything about my kid or any classes that he fucking takes. He takes global studies. He takes fucking honors, chemistry honors, Spanish.
You was just talking to me the other day about
He
his
takes art design, crime scene, art design, pre-calculus. I take him to school. I took him to school this morning. I took him to school
Marissa.
yesterday. I picked him up today.
Who are you proving it to, Marissa?
Okay, no, they say that I have nothing to do with my son. Jake! Hey, Jake. Oh, and another thing. I'm racist because my son's girlfriend's black. No, wait. No. The girl I took shopping is mixed. All right, the girl that I took shopping is mixed. That's, oh my God. No, that is not Miley. Miley is not mixed. His girlfriend is mixed. The girl I took shopping
Don't show her picture. Don't show her
is not mixed. Okay. That's Miley. Miley's a white girl. Okay. That's them. They went to homecoming. The girl I spent that's at homecoming. The girl I took shopping is not his girlfriend. She wants him to be, but he was already dating her. Jake! Come here! What the fuck's that?
Why do you have to prove all these things?
Did she actually just say she's not his girlfriend, but she wants him, like she wants to be?
Yes. But the point is that why are you going to all these extremes? I agree with your partner in crime there. Why is it, the one that has his nose stuck so far up your ass that he don't know what the fuck's going on, and when he's being insulted, why is it that you think that you have to prove anything to anyone? You don't have to prove anything to me, sweetheart. I already think you're racist. Anybody who says the derogatory things that you say about Black people, saying Black people can't swim, all this kind of stuff, sorry, you already proved it. And I don't watch you enough to even know your relationship that you have with your child, nor is it any of my business. All I said was I can't see you being okay with that. That's my opinion. Like I said once, and I'll say it again, twice, 3, 4 times. That's my opinion. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I
was
wrong.
Told a long time ago. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I was told that when somebody is biracial, that calling them mixed is derogatory.
Well, yeah,
I've heard that.
Yes, I've heard that too. Most people prefer to be called biracial, not technically mixed. You know what I mean?
Here
But why
in
did she say it like that? She's mixed. Why?
Because she's ignorant.
Here in Japan, it's called hafu.
Uh-huh.
They call it a hafu, like as in half.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly derogatory to say hafu. Like, oh, you're a hafu.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredibly derogatory.
There are still derogatory terms that people make, but most people who are biracial, like my kids I say biracial. I don't say mixed. You know what I mean? Okay, let's continue. This is almost over anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. No, she's saying I'm a racist because I won't let him date the. Jake, did I ask you to date the mixed girl?
Because I won't let him date the what? Okay.
Don't say her name. Did I ask you to take the mixed girl to the homecoming? Yes.
Yes.
Why didn't you take the mixed girl to the homecoming?
Because I'm talking to my girlfriend presently.
Okay. And who did you go to the homecoming with? Two of them. Your girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
All right. So was I racist because you didn't go to the homecoming with the mixed girl?
No. How is that racist? Does that make any sense?
Thank you. All right.
Thank you,
Don't
Jake.
tell me I'm a racist because I didn't let you date the black girl.
Are you guys dumbfounded?
No, it's not them. It's just one black girl says that. Oh, and another thing. Do I take you to Boy Scouts?
No.
Do I have to take you to Boy Scouts?
No, because my dad's a scout leader, so he has to go there anyway, so he does go there.
Oh, but Cub Scouts.
Yeah, you did go there. Occasionally, because on Fridays we always have snacks and
Cupcakes. So
the fact that you are even questioning your own child about things that are supposed to be so irrelevant to you speaks volumes, for one. And why do you keep referring to her as the mixed girl?
She has a fucking name.
Does she not have a name? Or can you just say the girl? Why are you keep referring to her as the mixed girl?
But she taught him. So he's going to parrot back whatever she taught him.
Exactly. Like, ain't nobody stupid now.
And do you need a cupcake for being a fucking parent?
Right. To even involve him. Like, to me, I feel like I would never do that to my child. That's just like, if I cared so much about her calling me, trying to insult me by calling me a transgender, I'd call everybody in here. I'd say, babe, am I transgender? Call my kids in here. Hey, am I transgender? I would never put my kids into something like that and expose them to that. And I don't care how old they are. I have a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, and I would never do that to him. Like, what does that prove? And who are you trying to prove things to of channels that you call junkie channels, irrelevant, and they need your name to even exist here on YouTube?
Because they're not irrelevant to her.
Exactly.
It gets under her skin.
You wish that you were getting under my skin. You're not getting under my skin. You can call me whatever you want to, sweetheart. All I care about is the people that you offend. You know, people that you don't give a shit about.
I think the walls are closing in, and I think she realizes it. I think this whole thing with getting an apartment, I think her husband is over the YouTube thing, her screaming at a camera at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I think he's forcing her out of the house. I don't know how long it'll be sustainable because it feels like she doesn't get into her car. She's always talking about how she hates to drive. So I feel like it's going to be just an apartment that rots away and she's still going to continue. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it seems like her husband is completely over this entire situation, bringing her child into it, bringing him into it.
Yeah, I think it's wrong. I think that's totally wrong. Even when she told her child that she flashed somebody, she told that to her child.
There is no doubt in my mind that kids at his school have seen that.
Like, that's horrible.
She's bragged about it. She's bragged about her, his friends and stuff, seeing her and how they all think she's amazing and cool.
Does
but
she
my whole thing is,
she's
so pressed by you, Teaya, because she doesn't have shit on you. And it irks her. It drives her crazy that the only thing she can say and call you is RuPaul. She doesn't have anything on you. She can't dig anything up. She tried to play the narrative. She tried to put somebody in the middle to do dig in and twist things, and it didn't work. And she hates it. She hates that she does not have that control. And that's why she freaks out every time you call her ass out. Well, baby, keep freaking out because it's going to keep happening the more stupid shit you do.
Amen.
Because that's what we do here on this channel. You should have kept my name out of your mouth. Period. Okay? All you had to do was keep your fucking mouth shut. But you want to come in here, say you're unsubscribing, try to have a countdown, trying to make fun of me behind the scenes that I lost subscribers, which were your supporters. Then you tried to insinuate that you made me and you made my fucking channel. Okay. All because I simply confirmed that a report is real. That's it.
It's crazy when you think about it like that.
It is. It is. You did all of these things. Quit trying to pretend as though it didn't happen. I mean, you can try to pretend all you want to, but the proof is out there and it will continue to be out there, including the horrible video you did the night that we were live and you doxed my moderator and used her house as your thumbnail and blatantly admitted that you used her house, didn't even care that night.
Also told people where to fucking drive down what streets to find my house.
And then saying, oh, Teaya walks down the street and everybody thinks she's a man. All kinds of stuff you were saying. But yeah, that's okay. You can do those kinds of things. Just like House of Williams said, oh, get over it. We all know that you're not trans, blah, 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 blah. That's you and your ignorance that don't see things for what they truly are.
Monroe also in the chat just pointed out, and she was pissed Miss Letitia was in your chat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So pissed that she threatened me and said, that fucking bitch, I'll come to her house. And I'll play that shit. I played it before, but I'll play it again.
Oh, did you hear? You know how she was going on about how she's going to do a drive-by of someone's house? And we kind of all assumed it was going to be Unirock. It turns out it's going to be Andrea.
Oh my God. She better not do that.
No.
I hope Drea sues her ass. Sorry, I really hope Drea sues her.
I do. I hope she does because, like I said, I don't agree with everything that Drea did. But I'm not going to continue to sit here and bash her. I give credit to where it's due. She said the same things about Drea. She has not responded to her once, but yet she still continuously keeps making videos on this woman for her content. It's the only way she gets a lot of views, if she's doing a video about her. But I don't agree with this bullshit that she's doing at all. She just keeps making video after video, accusation after accusation. Like, when is enough enough?
But what is she going to get out of, quote unquote, driving by Dre's house?
Right.
What is she going to get out of that? She's going to get another screaming video where she's screaming at another family who's lost a child?
Right. Right. You can't just, I mean, do you think if you go on somebody's property, they don't have a right to do something?
Well, she's been seen with a gun very, very recently, and very, very recently on lives.
Wow. Someone was tapping on her window. Oh.
Yeah. I might. This is where I have to play the possum and lay down and be Australian, but I'm still shocked whenever I see a gun just thrown around, like how she was throwing it around in that video. The same with Michelle the other night. She was throwing a gun around, I think, yesterday afternoon my time, so like last night your time. I know you guys have the Second Amendment and all that sort of stuff, but I believe in gun control. I think that it's very important, and that might be controversial, so please don't come at me, chat. I've already been called a bully today enough. Oh God. But it really shocks me that someone was tapping on her window, so she put a Glock in the back of her sweatpants. Like, that's shocking to me. Absolutely shocking. And unhinged. Very unhinged.
Right. Damn sure is.
Are you a drug addict?
Am I a drug addict?
Yes.
Don't tell me they said that.
I don't know, but they said he's going to be on drugs.
No, shut the fuck up.
Thank you, Nicole. I know we owe them nothing. I know.
Nobody said that. She always tries to lie about things, okay? Lie and over embellish things just to play the victim. Now, maybe somebody might have said that in chat because I'm not paying attention to chat, but nobody said that on panel. Okay? You're lying like you always do.
Oh, I know. And you want to know something? Just because my kid is a good kid. All right, let me ask you, are you a good kid because of dad or are you a good kid because of mom?
Trick question. Both. Good job. That's exactly right.
Who does more for you, mom or dad?
It's hard to say.
Why?
Because you guys both provide different things and you guys provide a large quantity of both.
Thank you. Because according to this crazy bitch that knows nothing about me, has never had a private conversation with me, I'm going to have a cracked out kid.
You know what?
I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I would never wish that on anyone.
Nobody. Wait a minute. Who said that? I could go back and listen to the whole entire live stream of Science Girls. Nobody said anything about her child being on crack. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Who says to their child, who raised you better, your mother or your father?
I would never say that.
The only thing I've ever heard people say about the whole drug thing is because when it comes to Michelle, she loves to always bring that up that her son's in prison or in jail for drugs or whatever. And the only thing I have ever heard people say is don't be so quick to sit there and say things because you don't ever know what can happen.
Right.
And that's not wishing ill on somebody's kid or anything like that. That's saying don't be so cocky. Because do you think all these parents out here with kids that have, that are addicts or recovering addicts, do you think that's what they wished for their child? Come on.
Exactly. Don't be so quick to judge because you just never know. Just because a parent or just because a child may end up on, being on drugs, that doesn't necessarily mean they had a bad parent. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, oh my God.
Can you highlight?
Wish that on anyone. I would never wish that on anyone.
That is sick.
I don't hear anybody say that about my child.
Whoever said that is sick.
I wouldn't want that on anyone's kid.
No, please just.
By the way, Jake, who drove you to school this morning? Oh, who picked you up?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Gotcha.
Any more questions?
Can you believe that people think that they know us that well, even though I overshare, but whatever. Oh, let's see what else they're saying.
You're a good kid, Jake.
Oh, thank you, Nicole. I love you, Nicole. If this doesn't involve you. And I don't know. They didn't say it.
No. Nobody questioned your intelligence, Jake. No, it's other people.
Apparently, they're questioning mine. It's okay.
You don't have any. I just want to put that out there. You don't have any. Anytime a person can sit there and accuse someone that's on disability as if it's some kind of choice and that people just, anybody can get disability and they sit on their ass and wait for money, you have zero intelligence because it takes a simple Google search to know what the fuck disability is. So.
Sorry, Teaya. Mods, can you get Joe the Toe out? I'm not virtual signaling. I'm just from a different country.
Okay.
Take your rhetoric somewhere else.
Where is it? Okay.
He's gone now. He was a pro-gun person.
Oh, okay. Well, that's everybody. You see, people can be entitled to their own opinion, you guys. You can respectfully agree to disagree. Just because she is against guns, you can be for guns. That doesn't make her. What the hell is wrong with people? People are entitled.
I didn't grow up with them. I didn't grow up with them. It's as simple as that. The only time I ever saw a gun was either on a police officer or when I was going through American customs. That's the only time I've ever seen a gun in person. And I grew up in the armed forces. My entire family is in the armed forces. When I say my entire family, I mean from my mother to my father to my grandfather to my grandmother, my aunts, my uncles. It stopped at my sister. My sister was the one that said, hey, I'm going to go to university for something else. That's that's where. So everyone is in the armed forces, and I still didn't grow up with guns. So Joe the Toe, I'm not virtual signaling. I'm just from a different country.
And that's okay. You're entitled to have your
And
own
Joe the
opinion.
Toe, I am a mod, so I can tell the mods what to do.
I pray every single person who loves me or hates me, I pray that they're.
Oh, apparently the only reason, or the only job I've ever had was on YouTube.
Yes.
Jake, was I a realtor?
Yes.
Did I make lots of money as a realtor?
Yes, you actually got your license in 2 different states.
Yes, and I was also a makeup artist, wasn't I?
Yeah, went to school.
How many? 2 schools? Well, that was before you were born.
Yeah, I don't know much about social.
Exactly. Who was the one with all the money when mommy and daddy got married?
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
Because he was on.
He was a student.
Yeah, I think I just graduated.
Yep.
Okay, anything else?
You are dismissed, baby. I'll see you in the morning.
I'm dismissed.
I mean, what the hell?
Marissa.
I gotta prove my life. I was a makeup artist. I did runway. I did print. I did some weddings. I had a nice portfolio at Hollywood. I did commercials. I did all that shit. It was never a passion of mine. I got very bored, and
Listen, please.
it's over.
don't
I
get this.
can't go back to makeup, and I can't go back to realtor. I got Bell's palsy from being a realtor from the stress. I got very bored with makeup. That's when I started working at the counters. That's it.
I think that's the end of it, you guys. Thank God, right?
Oh, but I miss her voice so much.
Yeah. I just wanted you guys, I wanted to do a little commentary on that, just to put out there that I don't know everything that was said on panel because I wasn't up on Science Girls panel the whole time. But what I will say is I didn't hear anybody say that about her son. And if they did, that's still their opinion. You say everything about everyone's kids, life. You describe what a woman looks like in intimate photos. You're disgusting. But you don't like it when the shit's being done to you. And asking your child all of these questions and putting him in the middle of this, I think that's also disgusting. Okay? And triggering for some people too. Even though your child may be older, that's still your child. And you should somewhat try to protect him against some of the things that happen on the internet and the things that are said about you. Even though they're true.
Sorry, Teaya. Americans, I know you have the Second Amendment. I don't care if you have guns as long as you use them responsibly. They still scare me. It's something that's not normal to me. There's a couple of Australians in chat who also agree with me. It's not normal for us, okay? I don't care if you own
It's
a
not
gun.
from America, you guys.
It's as long as you're responsible and you're safe with them, go nuts.
Right. You guys have to understand that people in different countries, there are different laws in different countries and things like that, and everyone's entitled to feel the way that they want to feel. That doesn't mean they're knocking you because it doesn't mean she's knocking you because you have one. It's just how she personally feels, and that's okay. That's the problem.
I grew up in a military family, so I know how to disarm and fire firearms for safety. So I have handled a firearm and I know how to disarm them in case someone tries to break into my house when I was a kid. So you can imagine an 8-year-old stranger learning how to disarm a weapon. I do know how to do that. But again, they were kept away from me. It's not something that I grew up with, but I understand the Second Amendment because I'm married to an American and a lot of my best friends are Americans. So please understand, as long as you're safe and you treat them with the respect that they deserve, I don't care if you have a gun.
Right. And everybody's entitled to feel the way that they feel, and that's okay. It's okay, Stranger Klinger. I understand you. I have friends from UK who think we're nuts. Exactly. And that it's a war zone in America. Exactly. In different countries, you guys, there are countries where it's against the law to make racist comments. Okay? Yeah. You get in trouble. So every country is different, and you have to respect that. It's like Every culture is different, and that's okay. It does not mean that we have to make it this huge debate about, no, this is what we're not doing that. I don't talk about those types of things even on my channel because at the end of the day, I know how strongly people feel about that. I know how strongly some people feel about guns. I know how strongly some people feel that they shouldn't be legal. And I'm always going to try to look at it from the perspective of someone who's from a completely different country or be understanding about that at least, you know?
Joe the Toe, last warning, you're gone. Mods, can you deal with him, please?
Yes. If you're going to continue to make somebody feel bad just simply because they have a difference of opinion than you, then you're going to have to go. So it is your last warning. In Germany, it is against the law to deny that the Holocaust didn't happen. Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's interesting. Thank you, Julie A, for telling us that. Wow, I didn't know that.
Good for them.
Good night, Carly. MGL would scare me with a gun, machete, steak knife, etc. It's not normal to me either, and I grew up in the U.S. and my dad and my father were both in the military. Yeah, for some people, it's definitely not normal, and it's totally understandable.
Thanks, Bear.
You guys are amazing. There's always going to be some people in the chat that just can't listen to reason and they have a one-track mind and they're not open-minded and they don't care what anybody has to say. Virtue signaling, whatever, but that's not true. Stranger is not like that. She's just very vocal about her opinion.
I don't care if you have a gun. Just use it responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy them in a Walmart, for God's sakes. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah. What scares me is people with mental illness getting them. It's so easy to lie in that application. Absolutely. People are very passionate about it. The people who don't believe in, that wants, guns to just go away completely, except for like some exemptions or whatever, they feel very strongly about it. And the people who have guns and that are, pro gun, they feel very strongly about it too. So it's a very, very complex conversation. And it's not a conversation that I'm not willing to have, but all she did was just make a comment.
Yeah, it's to be honest, it's not really a conversation that I can fully have. I can just say I grew up in a country where cops had guns and my dad had several guns because he was a major in the army, and that's it. Like that's all I can say. I can't talk about the Second Amendment. I don't even know what the First Amendment is. The right to free speech, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I know. Like I've got no idea. I have an American spouse. That's all I can say. But I wasn't virtue signaling. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's not what that is. I'm Canadian and we do not have I like going over topics and finding out why people have the opinion they do. My mind has been changed a few times, believe it or not. Exactly. I don't mind having conversations like this, and I'm not saying I never would. It's important to have these types of conversations. The only thing I will not discuss is politics and religion. People are way too, no, I won't do it. I won't do it.
Don't go there.
I will never go there. That's one place. I don't even like going about that with people that I know. No, Rianne's here. I'm
still here, just listening.
What are you guys' last thoughts? What do you want? Anything you want to say?
I'm not a bully. I stick up for my family. That's all it is.
I understand.
Also,
No,
the
I don't think
Rachel
so.
is signaling about guns. Jesus Christ. But anyway,
Just
That's the
ignore it.
internet.
It's just a troll.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the internet. It is. It is. How about you, Ryan?
The only one thing I want to say is that, I love you, Tia, and,
I love you too.
I found your channel and it became a safe place. I never spoke before in a chat. You know, you provide that just from your voice and the way you address everybody, and you really try to include everybody. You have made a safe, amazing community, and that is fucking amazing when it comes to this platform. Not a lot of creators do that,
Yeah.
but you have. And I will go to bat for you forever because of that, because you have created this, you know, world or whatever you want to call it, where I have become friends with some other amazing women, and we continue to meet new people and learn, hear people's stories, and it's just amazing to be able to have a respectful, loving community, coming from places where that wasn't the case. And you call out the bullshit that needs to be called out. And I love that. And I will, even if you don't want me to, or you don't want us to, I won't let nobody, put dirt on your name, because you don't deserve that, because you're amazing. And, I will
You
call out
guys,
the bullshit.
you guys are amazing. I'm very, very blessed to have you guys. And it took me a long time to get here, to find genuine people such as yourself, and even everybody in chat. Um, it's something that I prayed for, so I'm very blessed, and I am a very, very low tolerance person. I'm not going to lie, and maybe things that may change. Um, I just don't. You only get one shot with me, and when I say one shot, I mean as a friend. Okay. That's what I mean. Like getting to know me, getting to know my private life, things like that. It takes a lot for me to get to that place with someone to open up that way. And when I get there and I feel like, or if I'm opening, my community, and I see that people are genuinely there for you and things like that. And then I feel like myself or my community could potentially be hurt in some way, I'm going to do what I have to do to stop that. And it's not because I'm mean. It's because I've been burnt too many times here on YouTube. So I'm not going to let someone who has an opportunity to have because I know my worth, to have the opportunity to have a loyal friend like me, to just turn their back on it, or just pretend as though me being loyal doesn't mean anything to you, especially how hard it is to find that on YouTube. I just feel like you get one shot with me. Does that mean I'm not going to be cool with you? Of course I'll be cool with you, but I'm talking about in my personal life, and it's in my community. I don't have a problem with B Crunk. I don't think she's like a horrible person. I just think that if I was to let her, be a part of the community or make her a mod or something like that, I just would be so mad at myself if unnecessary BS was started, because it would be my doing, if that's understandable.
And that's why I appreciate you so much, because you do want to protect your subs and your mods, and I mean, when I got doxxed, you could have just been like, "Oh, well, that's your fault for, speaking out." You didn't have to say anything, but you did. You went to bat for me. You
Exactly.
go, you support us, and we support you, and that is something a lot of creators, they don't give a shit. It's just a number, and we're not numbers to you, and that's the biggest
No,
difference.
it's not about numbers. I mean, success is your whole vision of success. And my vision of success is quality. That's what matters to me. I feel like the quantity, if you stay true to yourself, that's always going to come. But when you care about the people who support you, and I know that time is precious, and if people can sit and actually take time out of their day to watch me, that means the world to me. So I'm not going to take things like that for granted.
But you know that we're always going to have your back. So
I,
when something like B Crunk happens, where she's pressing together two magnets, like the opposite.
mhm,
You know what I'm talking about. I'm not a science person at all. I'm a creative. But when she's trying to push together two opposing magnets, which is what she's been doing,
mhm.
we have to speak up. We have to say something because she's not going to win. You're not going to get anything out of it. And it's just going to drive Rayanne and Sparkle and I in circles about something that is just, there's no happy ending, you know?
Yeah,
And it's still, I don't want to say the word scared. I can't think of the word scared, but it still shocks me that I found a family with you guys, that I'm able to wake up every day in a different time zone, and I'm able to log on to Facebook, and I'm able to see such amazing messages and to see your amazing lives. And I don't have kids, so now I'm an auntie to 26 children. you know like, that's an amazing thing. And I also think people like Megamouth, I think that they see the relationship that you have with your mods, and they see how much you respect us. And I think that's why people like Justin came after us.
yeah,
um, he said a few things, and
mhm,
we've been called a few choice names and things
yeah,
like that. And I think that that really shines through. And I think that the community that you've fostered and that you've created is one that's important and safe. Safe is the main word, I think. It's safe.
yeah. I want people to be safe here. I want people to be able to come in here and express their opinions and not feel like they're being attacked by anybody because everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not that type of person who gets mad if a person doesn't have the same opinion as me. That's the problem with the world today. I feel like people just think you're supposed to think the way that they do. And if you don't, it's I'm unsubscribing, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, well then bye. You know what I mean?
We can all be adults and have healthy debates,
Right,
and you don't have to always agree with somebody. Who cares? You just have
right.
to be respectful about it. And
Mhm.
that's what I love, because there's so many creators, you can't walk into their chat and say, no, I don't agree with that. You're instantly blocked, kicked out, or
Yeah.
cussed out, or screamed at.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
That's
don't
true.
do that. And I think when people come over here and they see that, they're shocked. And that's why I know you're going to keep growing and growing and growing, and you're going to get big, and other people are going to fall, and they're going to fall hard. And I can't wait to see that. But I just know that you're just going to become so much bigger, and I'm just so blessed to be able to be here, with you, rooting for
I
you, and I have your back. And yeah, I love you, and I love this, the chat,
Mhm.
our community of people. It's amazing,
Yeah,
and I'm very blessed, and that's
me
really
too.
all I can say.
And I love you guys. You guys always, always put a smile on my face. And I'm very proud that I'm here and you guys actually want to hear what I have to say. It means a lot to me. So I have to do the best I can to not let you guys down and to be honest and transparent. And some of you guys may not like that sometimes, but that's just me.
Commander Ender Turkey, we have your back.
Of course. What did Commander say?
She said that she always feels a little bit, she or they, sorry, Commander, I'm assuming your gender. But yeah, that we have your back.
Is this the comment you're talking about?
Yeah.
When someone tells me they're always going to have my back, my eyes go big. It's hard to trust somebody for always. Yes, one day at a time. Trust is earned, and people are good until they're not. Amen. That's true. That's true. Especially when you've been burned so many times. You just have to set boundaries for yourself because you don't want to be there anymore. You know, you don't want to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. You have to learn. And I don't think that, like I said, I don't think B. Kronk is a, horrible, the most horrible person in the world. I just think that, she's somebody that I really don't want. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not willing to have a conversation with her, but I will say that I don't like the way she moves. I don't like that. I don't like it when people are reaching out to people that I talk to, and it can potentially cause trouble, and I don't like that. I think that I feel that's very, very wrong on so many levels. I would never do that to somebody else. So it's wrong.
I'm still shocked that she's never emailed you.
She has never emailed me. She may, like I said, I'm gonna check my spam and see if she has. And if she has, I'm not gonna read it, but I will let you guys know that she emailed me. But if she did, it's still like, unless it was days ago, then that's, if let's just say she emailed me days ago, then I would say, oh, okay, she has been trying to get a hold of me, or even weeks ago, because I haven't even spoken of her in like 3 weeks. Okay. So if she has been trying to get a hold of me that way, then fine. But if she just recently messaged me like today or yesterday, no, that doesn't, to me, that doesn't prove her point, because you still didn't have to reach out to anybody else, did you? You didn't have to reach out to Science Girl. You didn't have to reach out to Barnyard. You could have just directly contacted me. But if
There's ways to get a hold of people, and
right.
She knows that.
So, but if you're reaching out to Science Girl and saying these things, and like I said, what if Science Girl would have been like, oh, fuck Teaya, then I don't want nothing to do with her. How could she do that? And in a way, that's kind of the way that it was even going in the Science Girls chat. It was making it look like you guys were bullies when all you were doing was holding her accountable and saying, wait a minute, that's not true. It doesn't matter that you come on the panel and you have, she has a cute voice, but that has nothing to do with it. If a person is lying, they're lying. So what are you supposed to do? Not say anything to her because
nobody picked up the fact that she kept talking in circles and go, oh, well, if I said that, I didn't mean to say that. If you can't, like, that is a number one sign of somebody when they're lying or being deceptive.
Yeah.
That's what my partner said. My partner said that person is lying.
Yeah. So I just feel like, I'm willing to have a conversation with her, but I'm not, I like to keep my boundaries, especially because you crossed that line and started reaching out to people that I'm cool with. And I don't think that's right. I don't like that. I don't like that. So is it going to be every time I do something that you don't necessarily agree with? Are you going to just reach out to people? And it just seems like that's stirring the pot. Does that make sense? Like, it seems like that's, maliciously causing trouble for no reason.
But why Barnyard?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, because I do talk to Barnyard. Like, I'm getting to know her, but I don't know her like I know, like, Science Girl. You know what I mean?
I feel like she reached out to everybody that Tia's been on panel with, like, oh, hey, oh my God, can you, like, It's
Yeah.
just weird. It was like literally borderline obsessive.
Yeah. Well, if
It,
you look
it,
at it that way, yeah.
Care Bear, the last time she sent messages to us personally was Rayanne, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like the days that she went on Molly's panel is basically the day that. So like once I didn't respond to her messages about tell Teaya that she's got it wrong with the clip of the sorry. I wasn't telling Molly sorry for that. I was telling Molly sorry for interrupting. I never responded. So
Yeah. It
I
looked like
started getting
Care Bear got a request on Sunday after she was
so
modded.
I started getting a bunch of alerts in my Facebook because she started unsending all the messages she sent me. How shady is that?
It is shady. She did that to me too.
Like literally. Come on. You already
Why?
sent the shit.
She would send 150 messages and she would unsend them.
Wow. Like I said, this is our experience with her. And it's not even that, okay, she didn't apologize to Mega Mouth Cat Lady. I stand corrected. But to me, if you were on her panel, it just seemed as though she was trying to work things out. And the fact that you said you went on my panel because you wanted her to pay attention to what you were saying, that still happened. You can't undo that. And I understand that you made a mistake. Maybe you feel like you shouldn't have never went on her panel. Fine. But that has nothing to do with me at all. And that's just, I have to protect myself and my community because I don't want to be in that position. I don't want to be in a position to where, especially with that woman, I think she's a horrible, horrible person. And I question anyone who has stood next to this person this entire time and has taken no responsibility. Like Robin, it's commendable that Robin took responsibility today. But I side eye anyone who has stood next to Cat Lady Mega Mouth. I side eye anyone who has stood next to her after seeing all of the stuff that she's done to so many people.
I'm shocked that Robin hasn't come over here just quietly.
Yeah. I mean,
I told her when she was in Science Girls panel, I don't know if she's seen it in the chat, but I told her that she was welcome over here because it is a safe place.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Even
Always.
though, I've had my comments, but like literally all I said is I think that she needs to be accountable. And she did that today. And I do commend her for that because that takes a lot of balls to apologize.
It does. Absolutely. I commend her for that. Like, I think that was, and sometimes it does take someone else to point that out to you. And the fact that she owned her shit and she said, hey, look, excuse me, I should never, have done the things that I did. And I think that was amazing that she did that. But to me, I feel like the reason why it's different with B Crunk is because there's nothing but excuses.
Exactly, yeah.
Nothing but excuses. Oh, I went over here because of this. I went over there because of that, And if you were to go back and listen to that entire panel, I'm sorry, it just looked like she was trying to work things out with her, That's okay if you were, but just admit it.
And people seen a lot of things in the chat. Let's just put it that way. She was saying things in the chat too.
Oh, we see everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and whose chat?
B Crunk's been everywhere.
In Molly's chat. Yeah, like when all that happened,
Girls, Michelle's.
That was the whole reason why Sparkle even messaged her because of the shit she was seeing that she was writing in the chat about you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I figured that. So like I said, it's my mods are not bullies. They literally were just trying to say, hey, this is wrong. You're not telling the truth. I understand that people can't see it from our perspective because you don't have a personal experience with her. So don't judge people that have a personal experience with someone and that experience may be very negative. And just because that experience is negative and you are calling someone out on a lie that they're blatantly telling, does not mean that you're bullying that person at all. All that means is, hey, that's not true. I know this for a fact. Nobody's going to get all this shit out and start showing proof and all that. Like, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'm not saying that I never will, but I'm not going to dox people just to prove something to people that that's not even trying to see it from another perspective, you know?
And most of them were just trying to get drama started, anyways. Oh, show the receipts, show the receipts. We're not going to dox somebody. And I kept telling them that we're not Molly. We're not going to show stuff without permission from the person that stuff belongs to.
Exactly.
That's not our business to put it out there.
Like, I have the email where she messaged me, and this particular person messaged me and said, look, she said this, she said that, but I'm not going to show it. Like, that's not right. She hasn't done anything to us.
What's really shocked me is that this was all, 2 weeks ago, right? Like, we dealt with this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then Science Girl
and
gets a
haven't
message
spoke about her since.
yesterday.
Yeah.
No one's talked about her in 2 weeks.
So she's been ruminating and she's been stewing and she's been sitting there just thinking about it. And it's like, let it go, you know?
And I would never have somebody go to you and attack you. Like, that's ridiculous. Why would I have somebody? I moved on. Like, excuse me, I blocked you and I said, bye-bye. I wish you nothing but the best. It was no hard feelings. I don't have anything against you. So why would I have somebody try to hurt you or say anything to you? I don't have to, I'm grown. We're all grown here. If I have something to say, it's very easy to unblock somebody and say it.
Well, she could email you, first of all.
And I will check my email. I will let you guys know if she did email me. And, we'll take it from there.
I can't get over the fact that she admitted to Googling your subscriber, and it would be nearly impossible to find that particular subscriber from their username.
Yeah.
And then she backtracked the moment that I said, like, I don't feel comfortable with the way that I behaved. That's not the type of person that I am, but I didn't mean to corner her. I didn't mean to kick her off panel or anything like that. Like, that's not how I deal with things, but she was just lying so aggressively.
Yeah.
That it was insulting.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually insulting to you, Teaya, and to me.
Well, it's frustrating when somebody's lying and you know that they're lying and they're pretty much lying on you. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the chat were basically saying that, like, you were dogpiling her or confusing her. And it's like, no, she was talking in circles. She was word salad. She just, if you don't know, you don't know. But I can call bullshit out when I see it.
Little girl voice, crying, trauma baiting. Like, it's I'm not here for it. I'm not. Stand on your own 2 feet, act like an adult, and deal with what's being put in front of you.
Yeah, because then it makes other people, say, oh, you guys are attacking her and blah, 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 blah. And that's not the case. And then to sit there and just automatically assume that we would even do something like that is absolutely ridiculous. You don't know the whole story. You don't. And nobody was trying to, some people were, and some people were just like, it doesn't matter what, it seemed as though some people were just being like, it doesn't matter what your story is. You're upsetting her. As if it doesn't matter what she did to us. And that's not fair. It's not fair and it's not right.
People kept begging for evidence, and I'm just like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to get my phone? Do you want me to? I actually can't log into Messenger on my phone. Facebook, for some reason, thinks that me logging into Messenger on my phone is spam. So that's something I have to deal with. But, there's no way that I could give evidence without doxing
Yeah.
one of your subscribers.
Mhm.
So it comes down to that. I couldn't dox one of your subscribers.
Right.
I wouldn't dox myself
Yeah.
to say the beasts that, were.
You would have to edit it and everything like that.
Yeah.
And scratch out names and stuff like that before you would have just blatantly show that. All right, you guys, it's late, so
Yeah,
I'm
it is really late for you
up.
guys. It's like 5:30 here. It's dinner time.
But I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming up on panel. I love you guys
Thank
very,
you,
very
too.
much.
Love you.
And thank you for being the amazing women that you are.
Thank you. Love you, Teaya.
Love
Love you,
No,
stranger.
you, as the kids say. No, you.
Thank you, chat, for listening and being here and being so amazing and respectful when we
Exactly.
are in chat.
And
And
thanks
hey,
to the
new
mods for
mods, you
holding
guys are
it down.
kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kismet and Victoria and Care Bear, respect. You guys have been holding it down. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Love everybody.
Love you. Love you guys.
All right, bye.
Good night.
Good night. All right, you guys. It's been a long time since I've been live this late. I sleep during the day when my kids are in school anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening to me. All I can tell you guys is something to learn from this. I think, and what I've learned from this is a lot of people can be very judgmental and somewhat dismissive of someone who maybe seems a little bit more vulnerable on panel. So then it becomes more about that person than even taking the time to see what may have been done to the other person that may have been affected. But I'm not trying to start any trouble. I haven't been trying to start any trouble with her. I haven't spoken about her, but the fact that she did that with Science Girl, who I really, really care for Science Girl, I think she's an amazing person. I would hate to see somebody come between us over a misunderstanding. However, Science Girl is a highly intelligent woman. She would never let that happen. But the point is that maybe try to step outside of the box a little bit and think about other people as well. Just because someone's on panel and they may be, even if they are crying, whatever the situation is, that doesn't mean that the other person is not just as hurt. They're just not crying. You know what I'm saying? I think people can tend to be judgmental towards others because they feel like others are supposed to feel exactly the same way that they feel. That goes back to everyone has a difference of opinion. I don't have a problem with Pete Crunk. I wish her nothing but the best. And I don't even care if she's in my chat, but I do not want for her to think that it's okay what she did, because it's not okay to just randomly reach out to my moderators, a subscriber, and I don't even know, she may have reached out to others and they just didn't say anything to me. It's not okay to do that kind of stuff, because to me that's stirring the pot, and it's turning it into something big, and it doesn't have to be. Okay, so I just wanted to clear things up with you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be a really fun live stream tomorrow, and you guys are awesome. As always, you guys are awesome, and every single one of you, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys later on tonight. Okay? Thank you to my amazing mods. Thank you for the super chats. subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up button or thumbs down, whatever. It's all interaction, baby. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Deuces. Love y'all. Whoops. Deuces. Is it going to play or no? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Bye. Bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words